Good morning. It is Tuesday. It is day 2 of week 1. We have deadlifts today. I didn't record the warm up just because it's, like I said, also 'cause I brought my portable charger this time, but I forgot to bring the actual cable to charge my phone. So I gotta make a list, honestly. It's my ADHD. So yeah, we got 405 right now for an RPE of 8, and I'm feeling good about it. I feel strong. I feel good today. All right, let's go. Easy one. That felt great. Honestly, I know it's kind of like obvious. Like, oh, if you take a week to rest, you'll come back much stronger. And last week I was even fighting with myself, like, oh, I don't want to take a week off. Like, I wanted to record more content. I wanted to be impressive. And last week, if you guys saw my last video, you see how like I only did like pull-ups and like more calisthenic stuff. And yeah, I feel great today. I feel strong. I feel rested. I'm excited. All right, so we just finished doing 405 for 1. Now we have 365 for 5. Yeah, I was doing the math in my head. I know it seems kind of silly to use clips on a deadlift, but I think between you doing reps, it makes sense because the bouncing on the ground, it like shakes the plates a bit. So to keep them nice and straight, especially because they're already hex plates, so we have, they tend to roll a little bit, and then it takes a sec to readjust. So that's why. Let's go. Easy 5. That felt good. I'm very happy with the weights moving today. It was funny 'cause last week I think I only got up to like 365, and I stopped there. That's when I realized I was like, I don't want to keep going heavy, at least for that week. I was like, I should probably chill, because a week prior to that, I think I was deadlifting like for 25, for 35, obviously for singles, but still, definitely more impressive than 365 for a single. And yeah, so I think I made the right call with resting last week and this week kind of coming back into it. And still, even then, a little under, just to give myself room to grow throughout the program. But I remember I was going to a strongman gym for a bit over in Brooklyn. It's called World Strongman, and honestly, really cool gym. Like, it's really cool to see like strongman equipment, stones, yokes, yoke carries, the farmer walk handles. Like, he had everything, gymnastics, and obviously like deadlift platforms. bumper plates, squat bars, deadlift bars, um, a fat pad for the bench. And while I was there, I was deadlifting. And one thing about me is like, and I think and a part of me is okay with this. I'm very like strict on form, and he was like more of an old school guy, and he was like, you could push more weight, you should add more weight. And I was like, it's not part of the program though. He's like, you can do it, do more weight. Come on. And like, he's like, literally, how much do you weigh? Like, I can't remember how much I weighed at that time, but I told him, he's like, you should be able to do this, come on. And I did. And it was a little bit more of a grind, but I was able to do it. And the one thing I'll take from that is you can definitely push yourself a little bit. Sometimes mentally you'll be like, oh, this is like RPA, but in reality, it's like you aren't quite there. You could push it more. And I tend to undershoot it a little bit. Again, just prioritizing form, which again, I don't think it's bad. In fact, I think it's what keeps me doing this for a long time. What I do think it is like, what I do take from it is don't undersell yourself. And yeah, so 405 I felt a good place to start this program. And yeah, honestly, I want that 405 plus 25 on each side. I really want that. So hopefully we get towards that. We'll see. Ideally 5 plates, right? But trying to chill. After this, I'm gonna go to Golden Crust and some Jamaican food. I usually always get the stewed chicken, but actually no, I think I'm gonna get the stewed chicken. I don't know why I even said that. I'm gonna get the stewed chicken. Alright. Hold on, I'm gonna change the song. That felt good. Again, stand by this. Just how important resting is. And taking that week off last week. 'Cause today I feel great. I had therapy before I came to the gym, and it went really well. We talked a lot about, well, I guess I wanted to talk more about like my recent breakup, and it was 3 years, and it was a very confusing relationship, and I did not act the best in that relationship. And I'm making a lot of realizations now that I wish I made sooner. So I think I'm realizing more of my patterns and more of the way I am. And I'm trying to be more conscious of that and not let my subconscious take over and just kind of like switch into whatever I'm feeling. I'm trying to be more mindful of how I react to things. But like I said, I think that's so like I'm grateful that I'm making these realizations now, and I'm happy, and da 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 da. But it just sucks knowing that I realize things way too late, and that in itself is already a huge loss. Like the loss itself is a loss. Then there's the additional loss of like, oh fuck, like I really did have the power and the capabilities to save this. You can go in front of it. I don't care. You're good. You're good. Don't worry. Um, so yeah, that was my morning. But all jokes aside, I was very grateful for that. Not to say that I was a complete jerk in that relationship. I think she also had her flaws and her things. But I think if I was just more conscious of why I was doing certain things, I I feel like I could have saved that relationship and not hurt that person so much. But yeah. Therapy in the gym. But therapy's also good in therapy. Alright, let me do this set. You know, I think I made this point earlier, this joke. I was like, oh, therapy in the gym. But I, like, even though, like, there's some truth to that, and I think the gym can be very therapeutic, good for your health, good for your mental health, even give you a sense of community. I think that's why people get so wrapped into it. Like, when, like, when someone gets into, like, weightlifting, either bodybuilding or powerlifting, they get really in, they make it their whole identity. Because I think they find community in it. They find, like, a lot of peace in it. But I think it can be a band-aid or tape over the actual issues. I think they will make you feel good. I think they will improve your life. But I think you also need to go to therapy. Because you will not, that pain you are feeling and you're fighting yourself through, if you don't fix your patterns, you will find yourself right back here. And again, like, it is good that you're here. It is good that you're taking care of yourself. But you are like a whole spectrum of a person, and you need to make sure all sides of you are taken care of. You're taking care of your body here, and in a way also, like, I agree. Like, I'm not denying this. Like, it's good for your mental health as well. But it's good in the sense of, like, it helps you, right? It makes you feel good, but not good in a way of where, like, or not good in a way, but not necessarily helpful and making you look at yourself. That's what I'm saying. You can cross, bro. You go. No, go. And yeah, you're good. Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of yeah. I think you need a space where you can, like, kind of look at yourself and look at perhaps certain patterns that you are repeating, and you most likely don't want to do that. You most likely don't want to repeat those patterns, and sometimes it's hard to do that by yourself, and especially hard, like, it's just not a conducive place to do that here, because right here is different. It's a different type of mental help. Both are needed, but I would implore you guys to also go to therapy, because you will learn a lot about yourself. All right, let's do this last set. We're done. I'm actually done with this too, so you can take either one. Yeah. Let me just clean up the space real quick. 205. We're gonna do 205 for 6. And then we're going up to 215. So that's gonna feel good. I didn't really sleep well last night. Just a lot of thoughts. And I still woke up early. So I'm trying to stay consistent with that. But I definitely do feel a little tired now. Let me do this last set. The next set. Oh. That felt good. The one thing I hate about powerlifting is how you need the specific equipment you need. Sometimes with bodybuilding, it's like, okay, if it's leg day, oh, squat rack's not open, that's fine. I'll just go do some goblet squats. You know what I'm saying? Get the pump in, maybe even like hack squat, belt squat. But if you're like powerlifting, you're like, oh, like, I need the squat rack. And you have to wait for it. And I just hate that feeling of like you're wasting time. I'm trying to be like, it's cool, like, I mean, I'm grateful that I have time to like spend on this, but still. Just to meet up with my friends to do some work in a bit. So, and I'm trying to stop by Golden Crust, get some food. So trying to get it all done. And I'm trying to get this workout done too. And it's kind of like one of those things like, it just kind of is what it is. Like I need, you squat rack's taken, you can't do anything about it. But yeah, that wasting the time thing is kind of what freaks me out more. I just hate feeling like I'm wasting too much time here. Especially when you're just waiting, because I can't really do anything. I can't just start editing a video. It seems kind of silly to do it in the gym and in between sets. So yeah, but I will say I'm very happy with the weight I'm pushing right now. Just because I remember when I first started like floor pressing, it was like about 135, 145, 155 around there, and now we're at 205. So happy with the progress. Actually, this is 215. Yeah, this is 215. So I'm really happy with the progress that we've made. And I'm excited to, I'm feeling good about the bench press. I think honestly the bench press has done the most improvement out of all my lifts in the last cycle. So it's really interesting. Usually it's usually the worst one. So yeah, let's do this last set. Ugh. Whew. That felt good. I do feel like being in New York is a big, like, it's a lot of pressure to always be productive. And that doesn't get to me, and I'm trying to tell myself like this is being productive because this is part of my work now. So I guess it's like a shift in mindset, but yeah. And I was happy that there was like these younger guys here, and I thought that they were squatting and then they were switching to deadlifts, and I was like, wait, are you guys doing deadlifting? They're like, yeah. I'm like, can I use a rack? And you guys can just like squat over here. They're like, yeah, for sure. So I'm very grateful that they were so kind. It easily could have been like no, because people do that. They're like, no, I'm like, oh, you're not even using the squat rack. Like you're literally not even using the squat rack. So I'm very grateful they were nice. And yeah. I decided I'm gonna do one more set and then I'm gonna call it. We're not gonna do the tempo squats. I think it's kind of a dub. My phone's at 12%. Forgot my phone charger. And yeah, and like I said, I must have been waiting for a squat back for like 20, 25 minutes. So that was just a big time waster there. And yeah. So yeah, one more set. I'm trying not to let it get to me, but it definitely is. I hate the feeling like if this day wasn't productive. And what I'm gonna try to do is, after I train my mom today, I'm going to do this last set of tempo squats. And yeah, and the good thing is, both my parents are going away to Mexico for a bit. So even though I've really been enjoying training my mom, I won't have to train my mom, which leaves my afternoons much more open. And sleep will allow me to not have to rush home and maybe spend more time with friends. Maybe stay in the city a little bit longer, because I really enjoy staying in the city. Like going back to Jersey is just so isolated. Like Jersey life is very isolating. You drive everywhere. I knew almost every single like person in my building, like where I used to live at. I don't even know who lives across the street. I don't even know who lives next door. So yeah. All right, let's do this last set so we can get out of here. Feel good? We're done.